I love revolvers. I grew up shooting a Ruger Blackhawk and several models of Smith Wesson J frames. The beauty of shooting a revolver is that it rarely fails. Most of them are rock solid and relatively easy to use. You can say that they are the perfect definition of point-and-shoot guns. However, there are specific revolvers out there that didn't get the attention or praise they deserve. We all love the GP100 and Colt snake guns, but did you know that the wheel gun market runs deep, and that there's a good chance you haven't met all of the good ones yet? What's up, everyone? This is your boy Ted from Line 45. In this episode, I will give you a rundown of the most criminally underrated revolvers that many gunners have completely on. Before we get underway, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I know it is a chore, but these simple clicks help my channel immensely. Now let's return to the video. Taurus 605 Defender Toro. I want to start with the Taurus 605 Defender. It's a befitting choice on this list, given the fact that it's being overshadowed by the likes of Taurus Judge or Taurus 454 Raging Bull. Though I have to admit that those guns are built better than the Taurus 605 Defender. I don't think that this revolver is too shabby to be ignored. Basically, the Taurus 605 Defender features a 3-inch barrel and is fitted to a 7.5-inch frame made from stainless steel. Its cylinder is also crafted from the same material and holds 5 rounds of .357 Magnum, but at the same time it can also shoot 38 special rounds. With its size, the gun is definitely compact, but the barrel isn't so short, so it doesn't qualify as a snub nose either. With its substantial heft and adequate length, the gun has minimal muzzle flash. It is easy to shoot, even powerful loads like the .357 Magnum. Plus, unlike the original Defender, the Toro, or Taurus Optic Ready option, of the Taurus 605 lets its operator toss a red dot on it. I know. It feels like cheating when you use an optic on it. But even with its iron sights alone, the Taurus 605 Defender is remarkably accurate. It's also reliable, similar to any great revolvers out there. It has a comfortable grip designed for concealment, while its target-style double-action, single-action trigger works smoothly. For a price of less than $500, the optics-ready version of the Taurus 605 Defender is just fantastic. It really makes me wonder why it doesn't get enough mentions. Rossi RP 63. The Rossi RP 63 is a 6-shot revolver that you might haven't heard of yet. But the thing is, this is a gun that falls within the popular segment of 3-inch barreled revolvers that shoot .357 and 38 special rounds. And since this wheel gun has a Goldilocks architecture, it should never fly off your radar. But it did, right? All the major components of the RP63 are crafted from stainless steel with a standard satin finish. Of course, this includes the entire frame of the gun, as well as the cylinder and barrel. Meanwhile, the exposed hammer has a mounted firing pin. This is something I have to point out, considering that this hammer design is no longer used on many modern-day revolvers. Similar to vintage revolvers, the Rossi RP63 is equipped with low-profile sights. Of course, these are fixed sights. In application, this means that you can holster the gun for concealment and expect zero snagging. The size of the gun is a bit larger than actual J-frame revolvers, so I think it's just proper to call the Rossi RP63 an extra-large variant of a J-frame wheel gun. It has a high-quality barrel as well, and this is perhaps my favorite component of this handgun. It's a single-piece stainless steel that integrates a shroud for the ejector rod and an underlug. One thing I have to note is that this underlug gives a nice counterweight at the muzzle, meaning that it helps reduce the muzzle flip while firing. Even the grip of this revolver is well-balanced and comfortable, and allows for a two-handed grip. Ruger SP101. Because of the Ruger GP100, the likes of the Ruger SP101 are often overshadowed by revolver hunters. But you see, I had over a dozen runs with the Ruger SP11, and I stand on the fact that it deserves the limelight too. Yes, it is a known revolver, but it is still being treated as an option B. Of course, that didn't surprise me though. The SP101 was released after the GP100, so it really became an afterthought. However, it's a versatile firearm. It's available in different chamberings, such as 38 Special, .327 Magnum, and .22 Long Rifle. There's even a 9mm variant for the SP101. Not many people were ready to accept the SP101 when it was launched. It's a small 5-shot revolver, but it's downright hefty. The gun weighs about 27 ounces. However, It's a trade-off I willingly accepted, given that the added weight enabled this gun to fire magnum rounds with utmost reliability. Initially, the SP101 was only available in 3-inch and 2.25-inch barrel models. But right now you can get a 4-inch barrel variant of this revolver, and perhaps that's the best platform to shoot a .357 Magnum round. But even the 3-inch SP101 already rocks for a concealed carry revolver. The trigger of the SP101 is impressive. If you love the trigger of the GP100, you'll also love the trigger of its cousin. Both are equally smooth and work cleanly. They are very predictable, and they add to the overall shootability of the SP101. Charter Arms Undercover. Now, I understand if you are skeptical about the notion of whether or not the Charter Arms Undercover is actually underrated. By all means, I think that this is the case. Here's one reason I can point out. You see, the Undercover has been around us for many years already. In fact, this gun was introduced in the market at the height of the Vietnam War. And during that time, I can say that it's one of those snub-nose revolvers that offer superior quality. Eventually, more and more revolvers were introduced in the market, and the Charter Arms Undercover became just a figure in the crowd. Still, you should really consider picking it. Aside from its battle-ready rapport, the revolver is relatively affordable, so anyone can just bag it as their personal defense weapon. Plus, its quality isn't cheap, and it's very easy to prove. It's downright reliable, it has a tough construction, and the entire thing is really comfortable to grip and shoot. The original model of this revolver has walnut grips and blued steel. That one was really eye candy. Today it's available in 10 different models, such as the 2-inch barreled Old Glory, which features an aluminum frame with a red, white, and blue finish that resembles the flag of America. Its cylinder contains 5 shots of 38 special rounds, making it a viable tool for either concealed carry or home defense. Its action is smooth, and the sights are actually nice for its size. Smith & Wesson X-Frame Model 350. It's not often you hear people praising X-frame revolvers. Let's accept it. J-frame wheel guns are more popular these days because of the number of things they can do. However, you don't always need small revolvers, and by all means you also need to check the big boys of the revolver market, such as the forgotten X-Frame Model 350 of Smith & Wesson. What is so unique about this gun is that it's chambered in the Winchester 350 Legend, which is a cartridge commonly used in hunting rifles. Needless to say, that makes the X-Frame Model 350 a bona fide hunting revolver. Right from the get-go, this handgun is a fun shooter in the range. One reason for that is its impressive stopping power, and second, it's very reliable. The gun is tough to begin with, as you can actually use this as a blunt weapon. All of its components are made from stainless steel, which produces significant heft and balance for the revolver. Since it's an X-frame gun, the barrel of this Colt revolver is stretched up to 7.5 inches long, and the entire thing is over 4 pounds. Of course, you can say that other cartridges like the 500 S&W Magnum are more efficient for mid-size prey. While this could be true, it's worth noting that these cartridges produce more muzzle flip and muzzle blast than the 350 Legend. With a 350 Legend firearm like the Model 350, you would still be able to hunt deer and similarly sized games, minus the awful recoil. I think this is the part where people forget to put importance. The gun is easy to handle thanks to its mid-size grip wrapped with Hogue rubber, which in turn will allow you to shoot accurately right from the get-go. It's criminally underrated because of how underutilized this great revolver is. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more gun videos like this, just click the subscribe button and notification bell. Take care and stay safe.